What's up guys, Warrenkeel's back with another deck profile. So today we're here with a different variant of SATELLARKNIGHT, and I thought what better time to show you guys this new build than this fine New Year's Eve right now. So SATELLARKNIGHT, as most of you know, has been my main deck for the past couple months, and I've been doing so much with it, seeing how far the deck has come. And it's evolved into this sort of new turbo build that sort of revolves around the new guy right here, Triverr. And this build will also be a separate build from the original build that I have on my channel right now, which is sort of just a standard build, personal build of my own. This is sort of a build I put together based on what other people were running to make this kind of build possible, this Triverr Turbo, whatever you want to call him. And it just revolves around looping him, keep discarding cards out of your opponent's hand, keep resetting your continuous traps, and it's just such a really fun way to play the deck, and it's amazing to see how the deck has come this far, and see, when everybody first started playing this deck, it's totally not how they were playing it, but, this new Xyz guy gives you just a whole new range of way to play the deck. There's so many ways you can play this deck. And that's why I really like the deck. And I will be playing Burning Abyss soon, and I do have 90% of the deck. I just need to get some Dantes. So there will be a profile of that coming probably next year, which is tomorrow, not literally a year from now, as you probably know. And also, you may have noticed that the mat has changed. There's no Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon chilling here anymore. I got a Spellground mat recently this Christmas. You can probably see the borders of it right here. Yeah, so new Spellground, I really like it. It's the first one I've ever owned, and hopefully I take good care of it. And yeah, stays looking really nice forever, because it looks so good. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So this is basically, like I said, a Triverr Turbo build, but still has kept most of the standards as far as regular SATELLARKNIGHT deck goes. So obviously we're still maining the triple Deneb, the 3 Stratos, obvious reasons. Still playing 3 Altair, 3 Nuck, 4 Graveyard, control. I feel like the way this deck can manipulate the graveyard is so awesome. Being able to throw your searchers in grave and then keep bringing them back out turn after turn. And I wish I could play 4 of these guys, just because opening in first turn I think is almost better than opening Deneb, especially if you open the Call of the Haunted or the Altair with it, because you're set up for an instant rank 4 or a search during your opponent's end phase, and you already got this 1800 beater on board to begin with, which, is really nice to have. And I almost wanted to play Fool's Burial so I could just abuse that first turn Altair a lot more. But so far, also playing 2 Vega. I know a lot of people were playing 3, I think, but I think 3 can be too cloggy sometimes. And so basically, if you open him and Anuk along with this card, you get first turn Triverr, and I will show you that later if you're confused by that. But you're like, how is that possible? First turn Triverr, you can neg a card on your opponent's hand on the first turn before they even go. But yeah, so I'll explain that combo later. But that's it for the monsters. I believe that's 3, 6, 9. Yeah, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 monsters. So yeah, for the new ban, let's not really trying to play honest, because he just doesn't do really much to advance the game state. Yeah, you can kind of win games, but I just think the deck runs a lot better without him. So, of course, 3 Rhoda, standard. 3 Skybridge. This card is so good. It's sort of my newfound love. This card is so awesome, and it's so much fun to play with. SATELLARKNIGHT Skybridge. So basically what this card does is that you can target one face-up SATELLARKNIGHT monster you control, shuffle it back into the deck, and summon a different one, or summon one with a different name, and while that monster's on the field, you can only special summon TELLARKNIGHT monsters, which is basically all this deck does, so there's no worries there. So basically, if you open Vega and Nuck, you Vega for the Nuck, and then a Nuck will send, say, a Deneb. And then you can Skybridge back the Vega for an Altair, and then you're left with the Altair, the Nuck, and the Deneb. You'll search, possibly the Vega again if you really wanted to, depending on what else you have in your hand, and then you can make a first turn Triverr. And this is amazing for avoiding traps like Bottomless, Deprison, Mirror Force, and stuff like that. It is absolutely awesome, because the Bottomless, the breakthroughs, everything misses timing. You still get the effect of the monster you summoned, and you still get to bring out a new monster. So if a Nuck is summoned and they chain Bottomless, you can respond with this. The Bottomless will resolve without a target. You'll special summon the Altair. A Nuck's effect will activate, sending the Deneb, and then Altair will activate a new chain, special summoning the Deneb, and then you can search whatever you need. You know, so it's absolutely amazing combo piece for this deck for what it's trying to do. And so now a new addition, playing 2 Lance, because I wanted to help my plays go off a little more, so a little more protection basically is what the Lance is for. 2 Duality for consistency, 1 Raigeki, and of course 1 Soul Charge. And as many of you notice, I'm not maining the 3 MST because it's a really tight space, and I feel that MSTs are a very easy side-in for game 2, and they're really only good against the Clifford matchup. MST I don't feel is that good against Burning Abyss because everything they have is just chainable, and it can kind of just help disrupt a lot of your plays while you're trying to clear their back row. And there's a lot better things you can side, like Night Beam and stuff like that. So obviously for the traps, 3 Alpha, 3 Call the Haunted, 3 Waste of the Dragon Souls, which is basically Call the Haunted, it just specials the monster in defense position, and it becomes Worm type, which really doesn't matter. So yeah, another great card for end phase shenanigans. 2 Wiretap again. It's basically your 4th and 5th Alpha in a way to protect yourself against those traps like Breakthrough Skill and stuff like that. And so speaking of Breakthrough Skill, play 2, along with 2 Deep Prison, and of course 2 Fiendish Chain. Continuous trap that's a little bit better than Breakthrough in this deck because with Triverr you can just bounce it back to your hand to reuse later and disrupt your opponent's play some more. Cards will not go together. There they go. Alright, yeah, so that's it for the main deck. Now moving on to the extra deck. Now this being the Triverr Turbo build it is, of course I'm going to be playing 3, because what's absolutely amazing with this guy is when you have 2 of him on the field, you'll have 1, and then you'll make another one to bounce the other one back, and then you can just keep looping them, which is absolutely amazing. This card is the support that this deck needed to keep up pace with a lot of the decks that are out right now. 1 Delta Rose, I feel like 1 is just all you need. 2 Castel, 1 Dark Xyz Rebellion Dragon to beat over things. Excalibur, same reason. 1 Arc, 1 Dweller, 1 Daigusto, 1 Exciton, 1 Omega for the mirror, it's really helpful. 1 Starleech Paladynamo, and 1 Karen Gorgon for Burning Abyss to redirect all their targeting. And for the side deck, plain and simple really. A lot of people like to side Flying Seas, so I side in 2 Vanity's Fiend to tribute those Flying Seas for the Vanity's Fiend. 1 Ryo, 1 Flying Sea for the mirror. Of course, 3 MST, 2 Spell Shattering Arrow, 1 Defusion, 2 Trap Stun, the 3rd Deep Prison, the 3rd Breakthrough, and 1 Mirror Force for obviously the mirror because it's something they really don't expect, and it's for a lot of Shaddoll decks that kind of overextend, and you know they run into this Mirror Force. It's really, really nice. Breaks up their OTKs. So yeah, that's it. What do you guys think about this sort of new variant of SATELLARKNIGHTS? Do you think it makes the deck competitive again? What do you think about their upcoming support? The new Xyz monster they're getting, Constellar Diamond. I'll definitely be playing him. He's really, really good against Shaddoll and Burning Abyss, and he's just going to be an absolute amazing card. Basically, if you don't know what he does, I think this might not be 100% correct, but I think basically any card added from the grave to hand or deck to hand is banished instead, and anything from sent to deck to grave is also banished, which stops a lot of decks right now, which I think that our final round of support maybe might just be a little extra kick this deck needs to kind of get back to where it was in the top 3. You know, Cliff Forts has kind of pushed them out of the way, but I feel like this deck is, you know, one of those decks that can just sucker punch your opponent and they just kind of won't know what to hit them because it still has a pretty decent matchup against Shaddoll and Burning Abyss. And Cliff Forts surprisingly has a very, very easy matchup, especially if you side right and if you can abuse this guy right just as well. It's absolutely amazing. And your ability to make Castel, it's so good against Cliff Forts because you can just keep blasting their scout back, keep ruining their scales. Yeah, so it's pretty good. Pretty good to say the least. So yeah, so what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the new mat, the new deck, all that good stuff? Hope you guys have a great new year. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I got a new trade binder video coming up, Burning Abyss deck profile coming up once I get everything for it. Last 3 things, I'm waiting on my Virgil, my 2 other Rubiks. And of course, I need to get those Dantes, those very expensive Dantes. I need to get those in the mail. sooner or later. So yeah, as always, guys, winner kills. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave a comment section below. Subscribe if you already haven't. And we'll see you later.